Hello, everybody. So, the Oblivion remaster just shadow dropped 2 days ago. Bethesda just dropped this out of the blue, no marketing, no nothing. And it had been leaked a while back, so, people knew about it. But yeah, I was expecting this game to die. I thought they weren't marketing it because they were just setting it out to die. They had no faith in it. But honestly, it seems like Todd Howard might be like a mad genius because this game seems to be performing very well. Now, as you can see here, based on the reviews, normally 1% of people who buy a game on Steam will actually leave a review. So you could say from 16,000 reviews, you could say over a million people have bought this game just on Steam in 2 days, which is a ton. And even going further, you can go to the Steam charts, an all-time peak of 190,000 players, 150,000 players right now. That's pretty good, and this is just Steam. I'm sure there's going to be more on PlayStation and Xbox. And then there's also Game Pass, although with Game Pass, at least, you got to keep in mind that Microsoft doesn't consider a game doing well on Game Pass to it being a success. But anyway, though, reception has been pretty positive so far. It's pretty interesting how they did this. So apparently the game still runs on the Creation Engine, which is Bethesda's shitty, outdated engine. But they just remade all the graphics in Unreal. And the game definitely looks way better than Bethesda's other games. Like, it's definitely a step up from Starfield and Fallout 76. Although, to me, it doesn't really look that good. Something about it looks like Unreal slop, and something about it just seems kind of uncanny. It kind of reminds me of Baldur's Gate 3, which has a similar kind of uncanny look. But, like I said, step up. And it's a bit unfortunate because I have been, rooting for Bethesda's downfall for quite a while. I've never been a Bethesda fan. The only Bethesda game I like is New Vegas, which wasn't even made by Bethesda, by the way. And yeah, and Bethesda had been on a losing streak. Once upon a time they ruled the world. Fallout 3, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 4, but then they started falling off. They failed to evolve. They released 76, which was a disaster. Starfield, which, while moderately successful, I believe, didn't meet expectations. But now it seems like they're actually making a comeback with this Oblivion, so it's impressive. One thing to keep in mind, though, is I don't think it's as impressive as it should be. I don't think this game probably isn't that good. But something to consider is that as far as for the game industry in general, but for RPGs specifically too, there's just been a drought of good RPGs. Like, what was the last good RPG, and especially like Western RPG to come out, right? And this is one of the reasons why Kingdom Come 2 was so well received. Kingdom Come 2 was pretty mid in a lot of ways, a step down from the original. But people still, ate it up because they're, when you're hungry, anything tastes delicious, right? And I think it's a similar situation with this one. Like, what are people going to play instead? Frickin' Avowed. But anyways, though, so, we'll see. But there has been some controversy regarding this. I don't know the full extent of the content changes, but the game is at least a bit woke. There was this whole controversy where they effectively removed the male and female. At the beginning of the game, during character selection, you no longer choose if you want to be male or female. Now it's body type 1 and body type 2. So at the very least, there's that. There's been some other changes too. Like, I'll talk about this now. So here it is. So apparently there's these guys, the Spriggans, who are these tree people. And in the left, so this guy's comparing the old design versus the new design. And he's basically saying that they made them less feminine, they made the tree people less sexy. Which, he's got a point, though. The one on the right is having some serious man jaw there. This whole stature is, bigger. Got Abby-fied, almost, you could say. So I think he's onto something here. I think this is a result of probably more DEI policies. We can't even have our sexy tree ladies in 2025. Unbelievable. So, like I said, though, It would be interesting to see the full extent of the changes, because I don't think they changed the script. So I don't think it's really going to be that bad, but a lot of visuals, there's probably a lot of bad visual changes. Art direction always gets killed with these remakes, but anyways, though, back to the frickin' body type 1 and 2. Some guy made a mod that reverts it back to male and female, and as usual, it gets removed. Oh, I guess this was the mod. They removed it again. So effectively what happened is that they put this on Nexus Mods. Nexus Mods removed it because Nexus Mods is Nexus Mods is run by frickin' lefties who remove anything remotely right-wing. And their excuse that they gave, which was over here, basically they're saying, oh, it wasn't removed because we disagree, because it was against our TOS. We didn't remove it because we're a bunch of rabid leftists. It was because the guy was inciting drama or whatever. Honestly, just an excuse. Translation, the guy said that it might ruffle some feathers. I don't know exactly what we said. Someone probably has an archive, but I'm willing to bet what happened is that the creator was like, this will probably get banned, and go to this site to download it when that happens. So anyway, there's been re-uploads. Nexus has done stuff like this before. They've removed mods that say remove pride flags, and they've removed other mods, like they removed the Starfield mod that does the same thing, that removed the pronoun selection. Anyways, though, but you can't get in other places, like it's on Based Mods, and there's some other website too. But yeah, they removed all these mods, and it said that they reinstated it. At least this is what this guy is saying, Grums. Yeah, it says he folds. You know, this was earlier today apparently, but from what I can tell, it's not on the site. I found like a re-upload and it's removed now. So apparently they folded and then they reverted back. So yeah, Nexus Mods is literally just removing this shit. You know, just pure censorship. So you better find somewhere to download it. Like, this is laxmods.su. Maybe this place is decent. You can download it here. I personally would recommend just not even playing the game. You know, I mean, just play the original Oblivion. Isn't the original Oblivion like $10? I know New Vegas is super cheap, but oh my god. All these pop-ups. And I mean, look, are the fancy new graphics really that good? Are the gameplay changes really that great? You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. I just, in general, do not like remakes at all. I think you should always play the original over the remake. And if you're going to play the remake, you should definitely play both versions. But anyways, though, that's about it for me. I mean, but anyway, though, that's about it for me. Comment down below what you guys think. Like if you enjoyed the video. Dislike if you didn't enjoy. And subscribe for more content in the future. Thank you guys all for watching, and goodbye.